If Disney princesses were modern day moms, let's start with Snow White. She had 7 kids, no surprise there. She always keeps a very neat and tidy home. She makes beautiful home-cooked meals for all of her kids. Everyone else at school totally envies these kids because they come with these beautifully packed lunches that she has prepared for them with their names on them and everything so intricate. She is a Pinterest mom for sure, 100%. One thing she never makes them though, never sends with them, apples. Next up we have Sleeping Beauty. She is not doing okay, guys. She needs her coffee. Please bring her some coffee. Donate to her GoFundMe for Starbucks because this lady is always falling asleep. She is exhausted. These kids are climbing into bed with her saying, "Mommy, wake up, wake up, wake up," because she just does not want to get out of bed in the morning. She is most definitely the mom that you're gonna see in the car pickup line wearing slippers and a robe. Don't judge her. Cinderella. She makes her kids' own clothes. Yeah, she sews. In this day and age, she's the one who does that. She makes TikToks about the clothes she makes for her kids, as well as her cleaning videos. They're very popular as well. So always keeping a nice, tidy, spick and span home for her children. But she does not make her kids do any chores at all because she knows what that was like growing up, and she hated that, and she doesn't want to put that upon them. With her loving, caring servant's attitude, she's just going ahead and doing all of that for them. But at some point, those kids are gonna have to learn how to do some chores around the house themselves too, am I right? Pocahontas. She is a crunchy mom for sure. Her and her kids go around barefoot all the time. They live off the grid. They've got their own homestead. They're always living off the land. The kids are very much into art. They have painted their own bedrooms. Every child makes their bedroom exactly how they want it, painted with all the colors of the wind, and other parts of the house have also been painted by the children with or without their mother's permission, but she just goes with it. She's what you call a free-range parent. The kids just go and kind of do whatever they want to do. They're living their best lives. They're eating homegrown organic food. They don't buy anything from the store, basically. They're making their own clothes, making their own candles. They've never seen a TV. Screen time does not exist in this family. Belle. She wants adventures in the great wide somewhere, so she is always taking her family on vacations. They are road tripping. They've got the whole world to see. But when they're not on vacation, they're still going on adventures right in their own home. They had this beautiful, gorgeous home library. They have monthly subscriptions to magazines and books that come in the mail. Her kids all become fluent readers by the age of 4 because she just reads to them all the time. And education is so important to them that she definitely homeschools. She is a homeschool mom for sure. Her kids also have great imaginations. Her youngest I overheard having a whole conversation with a teapot the other day. Ariel. Her kids are a little rebellious. They get it from her. And she's torn between letting them have their freedom and also realizing that she actually knows what's best for them, unlike she used to think about her own brother when she was younger. You know, she worked so hard to become a human, only for her daughter to want to be a mermaid. With that being said, though, she is pretty open and accepting to her children wanting to become other species. I mean, she knows what that's like. She's been through those struggles before. So if they have any identity issues in their teenagehood, she's prepared for that. And she'll be loving and supporting of them no matter what they throw at her. Mulan. She's got all her kids signed up for sports. She lets her girls dress as boys if they want to. She doesn't have a problem with them being a bit of a tomboy. Mulan cares so much about her family. She would die for them. She bought a home security system, but like she actually needs it. She is the home security system. She works hard to juggle her career, which is in the military, and her family life, but she does it fairly well. After all, she has a lot of support from her family. Jasmine. They own a number of exotic pets. What can I say? She likes tigers roaming around her backyard. So needless to say, their children are also pet lovers as well. She is a working mom, though. She does a lot of her work at home, but some of it she has to travel a bit for. Luckily, her husband sort of just does odd jobs here and there. Aladdin is actually more of the default parent in this situation. He's the one who plays the most with the kids and spends the most time with him while his wife is off doing her job. He's not intimidated that his wife earns more money than him, though I heard their oldest teenage son has run into a little bit of trouble with the law. Esmeralda. She owns a dance studio and all of her children are dancers. She is also a super caring person. She donates a portion of her profits from her dance studio to various charities. She is also a foster mom. She's always taking in other kids and helping out anyone she can, even the kids that are less likely to be taken in because of physical deformities or any kind of health-related issues. She's the foster mom who always says yes to them. They own a handful of pets at home as well, including some goats. She's a bit of a hippie mom, but her kids like that. Most of her kids are very independent and free-spirited themselves. Rapunzel. Before becoming a mom, she was already diagnosed with PTSD after being raised by a narcissistic kidnapper. Her first child was a girl with long, beautiful golden hair, and they kind of wonder if it has magical powers too. For now, they kind of just keep her hair covered in hats and scarves until they've figured it out. Her and her daughter love going around barefoot, and they love creating art. And you guessed it, when she's a teenager, she'll also go through some rebellions of her own. Her grandparents are a little obsessed with her. Being the only grandchild, she is getting really spoiled. Elsa. Before she became a mom, she was already diagnosed with depression and schizophrenia. After giving birth to her first child, she did develop postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. With loving support from both her partner and her sister, she was able to get the help that she needed. She is now seeing a therapist and taking medication to keep those mental health concerns under control. She has found her joy back again, and she loves taking the kids out to play in the snow in the wintertime, or in the summer too. You know, she can make it snow whenever she wants. They love sledding together, throwing snowballs, and their favorite activity, building snowmen together. I'm told she makes the best snow forts, or rather ice castles, and the children in the neighborhood do kind of flock over to her house to play in those as well. And if she's ever feeling overwhelmed or stressed out, her sister, Auntie Anna, is always willing to come over and help out with the kids and give her a little bit of a break so that she can get her mind back in the right place. Anna, she's a bit of a helicopter parent. She's a bit of a worrier, but she's also a lot of fun. The kids love playing with her because she has some childish tendencies herself, so they get along great. She's a little lacking in the discipline department when it comes to her children, but she's working on it. She's reading some parenting books. When her first child was born, she was diagnosed with postpartum anxiety, but she's seen a therapist and she talks and talks and talks all about it, so I think she's getting all her feelings out that way. When her oldest daughter became a teenager, she started wanting some alone time, and that made Anna very nervous because she really likes having this close bond with her children. But eventually she realized, you know what, sometimes other people's personalities are not the same as her own, and it's okay. It doesn't mean that her daughter is distancing herself because of any kind of secret magical powers or anything like that. Maybe she's just being a regular teenager. Moana. She's the one who just kind of throws her babies in the water and says, learn how to swim. No, I mean, they're taking the baby swim lessons, but they all know how to swim by the time they're 2.5 years old, if not sooner. They have a lovely beach house. They like to go out on the water all the time. Her kids basically live in a boat. She homeschools her kids because when you've got all these adventures out on the water to do and oceans to explore and islands to wander, well, you don't have time to go to traditional school. She's not an overbearing parent. She is very much, oh, my kid fell in the water. Let's see if they'll get out. Oh, yep, they're okay. They're okay. She's always encouraging her kids to step outside their comfort zones and try something new. And even when they're acting like crazy little rage monsters, she knows deep down all they really need is a snack or a nap. Merida, she had twins. They kind of went in the family. Before they had even learned how to walk, they learned how to ride a horse. While other kids their age were playing with blocks and Legos, her kids were playing with little archery sets. She basically lets them do whatever they want. She doesn't really say no because she likes her kids to be able to be themselves. And lets them make their own rules, pick their own bedtimes, choose what they want to eat at meals. Anytime they go to the store, they're always wanting a new teddy bear. They have lots of teddy bears. But she can't say no. She buys them more teddy bears. But no, she is not dabbling into witchcraft anymore, let me tell you that. In fact, I hear she's getting into Christianity. Kita. Her and her family live in a country you've never heard of, but they have a very interesting culture, and her job as a mom is to teach that culture to her children and make sure that their culture stays alive. It is so important to her. She's very spiritual and religious as well. She's a serious and authoritative parent, but in a good way. Her children are very respectful, and they understand the importance of respecting their elders and respecting the culture that they come from. Like their father, their children are very well educated and have plans plans to attend college. One of them wants to be an anthropologist, one a linguist, and the other an archaeologist. Tiana. She works hard to balance the family life with her work life. She's still running her own restaurant, and sometimes the kids are sitting in a table in the back, working on their homework or reading a book. She makes her kids fantastic meals that she sends along to school, and she sends along extra food with her kids too, because she knows their friends are always mooching off of them, and she loves making food for them. She instills the value of hard work into her children. They all have chores to complete around the house. Kids absolutely love working in the kitchen with her. From a very young age, they've been doing all these cooking and baking videos together. Tiana actually has a YouTube channel on the side where she teaches about baking and shares recipes with people. Though the children love helping her out in the kitchen, she doesn't make them a feature part of her YouTube videos because she respects their privacy. Meg. She wasn't really planning on becoming a mom. It just kind of happened, just like she wasn't planning on falling in love. She's a no-nonsense kind of mom. She's a one-and-done mom. She doesn't need more, and that's okay. Her son drinks formula. That's okay. Her son goes to daycare while she's at work, and that's okay. She's a mom who actually knows how to practice self-care. She's okay with leaving her child with the father and going out to do some things on her own, like get her nails done or go shopping or just have a day to herself. Even as a toddler, she began to realize that her son was very strong. He gets it from his dad. Raya. Are these all even her kids, or did she just pick them up along the way somewhere? She's a pet owner. She owns a dragon. Wait, dragons aren't real. A bearded dragon. She's fierce and loyal and has a lot of hometown pride. Her kids have sometimes gotten in trouble at school for fighting because they stick up for themselves in a physical way. They learned that from their mom. But at the end of the day, they know when they're in the wrong and they're able to reconcile. Friendship is very important to them, and when their friends betray them, well, they might hold a grudge for a while. But at the end of the day, forgiveness is possible. Raya wakes up at 5 a.m. every day so she can get a good workout at the gym before she has to come back home and get the kids ready for school. The kind of family vacations they go on include hiking, rafting, canoeing, climbing mountains, sailing, horseback riding, and riding other exotic animals, and all kinds of other adventures. And goodness gracious, I think I covered all the Disney princesses now, but there's a new one coming up in the movie Wish, so after I've seen that movie when it comes out in November, then I'll probably have to make another video.